for the world we're gonna make. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
I'm looking at a million dreams. Our parents and grandparents dreamed of us before we were born. We are the realization of a dream, and we are full of dreams. The song says, every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams of a world we are going to make. My friends, it's time to start dreaming again of the world that we want to live in and the world that we want to make and the life that we want to have. You know, we've been through an unbelievable last couple of years with this unexpected global pandemic that none of us could have even imagined, or few of us could have even dreamed that we'd be locking down in our homes and wearing masks and all the things that we've been living through together. And most of us have been putting our dreams and our goals and our plans for travel and other things on hold for 2 years. People have been putting marriages on hold. People have been putting having children on hold during the pandemic. They've been putting educational choices on hold, not wanting to have to do that online. People have been putting job changes on hold. People have been putting dating on hold. But life is for the living. And it's time for us to start living again. Fully and really living. Now, do you know that symbol? I'm hoping it's, yeah, there it is up on the screen there. That symbol of the buffering on the computer. You want to watch something, you want to view something, and you're like, what? Come on. It's so frustrating. It's like taking forever. You know, it might be 30 seconds, but it feels like forever. You know, what is going on? I just want it to happen. I just want to watch this, see this website, watch this video. It's like, no, is it ever going to stop? Buffering over and then you get the screen, this annoying screen that now tells you that connection error has occurred and now you can't get. So if we buffer too long, it's the same with our life. If we buffer too long, a connection error occurs. We can start getting disconnected from our own dreams, from our own essence, from our own life, from each other, from what the whole purpose of life is about. Author and life coach Biet Simkin, who I read from a little bit earlier, she talks about how we buffer our joy. She describes these habits, these practices that we use to avoid the totality of consciousness. We buffer not only our bliss, but our sadness and our pain, and any feelings that allow us to experience our life fully. Now, in this state, we not only fail to avoid our pain, but we also block ourselves and dull our joy. So I want to tell you a story on myself of something that happened to me the very day I read this, because I do a reading every morning to kind of inspire myself and try to live my life better each day. And the very morning that I read this, I was working with, you'll remember this, Barbara Prose. I was working with Reverend Barbara Prose over there on a project, just the two of us. And at one point I looked up and she was smiling at me. And you know what I said? I said, what are you smiling at? You're making me uncomfortable. And you know what she said? I was just taking in how much fun it is working with you and what a great team we make. And then I made some sarcastic comment to deflect the moment. And then I saw the disappointed look on Barbara's face, and I remembered the reading about buffering our joy. And I told her about it, and I said that that's what I just did. I just failed to take in your joy and my own in that moment. And the fact is that we do make a great team, and we do enjoy working together, and I wouldn't let myself feel it. How often do you do that same thing? So I want to just say, I'm in recovery as an inveterate bufferer. And I invite you to join me. We may have to start a 12-step program, I don't know. But I don't want to buffer my joy anymore, or any of the experience of being alive. We get one go-round, as far as I know. And I want to live it fully and experience it all the way. And it's time to start letting in our emotions. Maybe some grief from everything that's been happening and people we've lost and the ways in which our lives have changed. But there's also behind that some incredible joy and possibility for what is still left and what is still possible. And there is so much. And as a congregation today, with Homecoming Sunday, I want to tell you, we are going to stop buffering as a church. Yeah, you can applaud to that. You can applaud for that if you want to. For almost 2 years, we've been putting off a lot of things, some programs that we do, and also our plans for renovation and expansion of this incredible campus that we were talking about before the pandemic, about moving downtown and expanding and building. And during the pandemic, we decided we're going to stay here in this location. There were too many economic issues and other problems with the move downtown. We realized that in the midst of the pandemic. We got lucky that we weren't in the middle of a multi-million-dollar building project and the pandemic hits and the economy crashes. So we made a good choice, probably the only choice that we could make as a community. We came together and did that, but then we've been waiting and buffering and buffering. When are we going to do anything? When are we going to talk about this? So this fall, in the next couple of months, we're going to begin having town halls as a church, and I want you to be there to share your ideas and thoughts about what is possible on this campus as we go forward. We've been raising money, millions of dollars, to expand, and there's so much that we can do, and there's so much possibility in this moment. So, and also, the online, everywhere members. We have members from all over, 4 continents and over 20 states who've joined us during the pandemic and are now members. They're contributing. We want your voices and your ideas about how we can use technology as we expand our building to connect more, because it's exciting to be with people from, Africa and Europe and other places in the classrooms and the classes that we teach and the other things that we do, and on Sunday morning, like some of you this morning. So we want you to be a part. We want everybody to be a part. Let's dream again about what's possible for all souls. Because we are going to be making historic changes to this historic church. It's been around over 100 years. We're in the 101st year of this church, and our children and our grandchildren are going to benefit from our dreams. So let's dream again. And if there's one thing this city needs, it's a healthy and a strong and a thriving All Souls. You can applaud to that too. I don't even want to imagine what Tulsa would be like without All Souls. Do you? Last month, author and Presbyterian theologian Frederick Buechner died. Did you know that, Gerald? Frederick Buechner died. And when he was asked some years before to summarize the single essential insight of his prolific writing and ministry, he said, "Listen to your life." Here's a quote. "If indeed there is a God," he explained, which most of the time I believe there is, one of the ways God speaks to us, and maybe one of the most powerful ways, is through what happens to us. Pay attention when unexpected tears come to your eyes and what may trigger them. Those sudden upwellings of emotion that we get from the sublimity of nature and art. When we see a whale breaching or are emotionally ambushed by a line in a film or a poem. We are led toward truth and beauty by a lump in the throat. Now, after reading this, I went out to look online for a video of a whale breaching. And I want to show that to you right now, if you'll just watch the screen. Look at this. Speak that one more time. Look at this. It's incredible, isn't it? It's awe-inspiring, this world that we live in. And when tears come to your eyes, when a lump wells up in your throat, don't buffer. Let's allow ourselves to feel these moments, to share these moments with each other, as Reverend Barbara has helped show me how to do. Life's too short to miss out on all the beauty and all the joy that is here. And yes, it also means that we have to feel some of the pain and the grief of the lost loves and the other things that happen and the struggles and the sadness, but it's worth it for the joy and the experience of loving and having been loved in these earthly bodies that we miraculously have the blessing to inhabit for who knows how long, but we're in them now, and here it is. In his famous book, The Power of Myth, Joseph Campbell says, I don't believe that people are looking for the meaning of life as much as they are looking for the experience of being alive. Now, I mostly agree with him, but I think that being truly alive and also finding the meaning in our life together is what makes life most worthwhile. So I want to end with a story. It's a vision that I have, a dream, if you will. It's of someone I'm calling Lynn. Lynn could be any gender or ethnicity or background that you want Lynn to be. As the pandemic began to feel as if it was ending and we were changing into a new moment, a new season, Lynn was so disheartened about all the divisions in our society, the fault lines in our democracy, and even the brokenness in Lynn's own life and family. Lynn was seeing rights being stripped away for the first time in this country. She was watching books by great Americans like Maya Angelou and Frederick Douglass and Toni Morrison and John Steinbeck and S.E. Hinton and others being banned from the schools. Lynn was seeing how the most vulnerable in our society, our trans kids, immigrants, and others were being attacked by politicians and by their own neighbors. And Lynn was watching the environment continue to cry out for us to pay attention and do better. And one day, Lynn went to visit the Gathering Place, the new, fairly new, world-class, $500 million park that's only 5 blocks away from where we are right now, a short walk from All Souls. And she was amazed at how many people were there from so many different backgrounds and walks of life. People of many religions and races and parts of the city and all over Oklahoma even and beyond. And they were all enjoying themselves, and Lynn was enjoying the moment. But as Lynn's family left the park, Lynn realized that they were in proximity to a lot of interesting and different people, but they didn't make any lasting connections. On the way home, Lynn saw a sign for a church named All Souls. Now, Lynn wasn't really a church person, but something attracted Lynn to the name All Souls, maybe to the title on the sign, but something caused Lynn to decide to come check it out. And Lynn immediately felt that All Souls buzz, that unmistakable hum that people feel when they walk in All Souls and it's full of activity and people. You know, if you've been around a while, you know that feeling. I know I see Mike Newman in the back. Mike, you know that feeling, that hum that happens when you just feel like, wow, there's something going on. People are happy to be here. They're opening up. They're being themselves. They feel free. They feel welcome. They feel respected in this space. And Lynn liked the message. And she loved the music. And on the way out, Lynn saw tables with people signing up to help out with reproductive justice and public education and voter registration and feeding the hungry. And Lynn decided to sign up. And over the next few years, Lynn became a leader in All Souls. Lynn took the foundations class. She joined a Wellspring small group. Lynn met Lynn's life partner at All Souls. And through All Souls, Lynn has friends of all ages now and many generations, people with different beliefs, including some who are even atheists and agnostic, some who are Buddhist, and a bunch who are the most open-hearted liberal Christians that she's ever met, and even some who are Muslim and Jews. And one day, Lynn realized that this congregation, All Souls, is a genuine gathering place. Here, people not only play in proximity with others who are similar and different from themselves, they actually make community together. They promise to help raise their children with each other. They celebrate moments of marriage and memorialize moments of death together. People give each other rides to appointments and visit one another in the hospital and bring you meals when you're sick. Lynn began calling All Souls the gathering place for courageous love. Now, I know that you may already be living this dream of mine may already be yours. And yet, there are so many others who don't even know it exists yet. And we know that our lives and their lives and this world will be so much better when they finally realize that they too can be part of a community of courageous love. It's time. It's time to dream again, to plan again, and to be fully alive again. Because you know what happens when we stop buffering? When we stop buffering, bam, the wonder and fullness of the world emerges. Now, I'm not going to buffer this morning. Even if it causes a lump in my throat, I'm just going to tell you how much I love you. And I love this place, and I love what this place stands for, and I love what we do here. So welcome home. Welcome home. There is no stopping us now. That's right. Thank you.
Many things that's held us down. But now it looks like things are